Alrighty, it's recording, and I'll go ahead and get started. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. It's been a long one. It's actually been a few years, and we have plans to reboot it and start posting Digimon content again. So before we get started, my name is Juan. I am here with Shane. We are the V-TamerdotEXE, and today we have a second place profile vid for the Digimon Unsung Regionals that took place last weekend, Unsung Events. And Shane here did it with DM Machinedramon, and we have this profile for you. He's gonna kind of talk to you and break down his list and why he plays certain cards. I'm gonna try to make this as quick and straightforward and as concise as I can, but I do talk and ramble a lot, so I do apologize for that. Just the way I'm doing it now. But without further ado, uh, what's up, Shane? Long time no see, brother. How you been?
Oh, I've been good, playing that Digimon, playing card games, working, the good stuff.
Playing Digimon, playing the good stuff, and just for the viewers, uh, while the channel was on hiatus, it didn't mean that Shane and I were not. We've been active. We love playing this game. The game is really sick and fun, and Shane has actually been doing well at a lot of regionals. And for the longest time, he'll tell me, "Hey, dude, I topped with this deck. Let's make a profile." And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure, let's do it." And then I just won't get to it. And so I am shaving off this lazy bug that I have, and we're getting back into it. This is probably like the third or fourth time he's placed at a tournament, and he's not. He last few times he did it with Purple Hybrid. This time we're doing it with Machinedramon, uh, Wild, and for a lot of people the event was kind of surprising because there was a few Machinedramons in the list. Yours being the little bit of more of the unique one because you committed with the DM build, and
hmm
so I guess my first question is why choose DM Machine Dramon over the other variants of Machine Dramons that got first and like the top eight?
Okay, I picked DM because it was the most flexible and it did not fall to floodgates. The other version, whether it be black base or purple base, if they put one floodgate on the board, you're just gonna have to hard slam your five, discard, do the effect, and hope that they don't have another floodgate. And I didn't particularly like that style of play, so I wanted something more flexible and could take on a lot of other decks.
Okay, and specifically for this tournament, what matchup were you sort of anticipating that led you to
I
play this build?
Well, this build I was anticipating, the usual Omni and Gallon, but deep down in my head, I really thought Blue Green Imperial was gonna make like a return. And for the record, I did fight it twice. So yeah, that was the scariest deck for me to fight.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that is true. Blue Green Imperial was making a vengeance, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything on the balance for that deck, and so yeah, people are coming out of the woodworks and uh, you know, stripping your sources, tapping you down, gaining three memory, doing two checks, jamming, and yeah, you know how that goes. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, before we get into the profile, what were your matches from this weekend?
All right, I have it here. All right, so my matches, round one, the person gave it to me because they had to go.
Okay,
Round two was Gallant X, which I won. Round three was Purple Base Machinedramon, which I won. Round four was Zafagamon, I won that one. Round five, Leviamon, I won that one. Blue Green Imperial, I lost that one. Then
okay,
round seven was Masty, I won, and then round eight was Blue Green Imperial again, which I won, and then finally round nine was the Guillemon Minerva build, which I won against.
oh, so okay, oh yeah, I forgot that deck did top at this
Mm-hmm.
event. And it's interesting. You mentioned Masty round seven, so that deck's
Yep.
pretty underrated deck right now in the format. But we're not talking about them today. We're talking about yours. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, so those being your matchups, you said that Blue Green Imperial, you won one, you lost the other. Do
Mm-hmm.
you feel like that was a favorable matchup or just a bad matchup? Or I mean, you anticipated that being the deck in the format, and you know, knowing the caliber of player you are, you wouldn't bring a deck that has a bad matchup into the deck you think is going to be the most played. So, did you feel like you had a strong matchup against Blue Green, just generally?
Uh, it comes down to how good of the player they are. If they can
Yeah.
play around the ace perfectly, then they deserve to win. So, and that's what My opponent did. They never swung. They just waited the whole time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well then, sick. Well, thanks for sharing that. Let's go ahead and jump into the profiles. What are we playing for Digitamas?
All right. So we got obviously the version 5 Pagumon. You can trash your face down source to Digivolve into a version 5 for a reduced cost of 1 from trash. Use
Okay.
this to cycle back into your 5s or 6s, or if you're Digivolved Machinedramon, then you can just Digivolve into it.
Okay.
So, very flexible egg.
Okay. And is that the main DM5 egg?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. This is the only DM5 egg we have
Okay.
right now, separately.
Got it. Okay. And I do
Yeah.
apologize. I am pretty ignorant to the DM deck. That was kind of like a set that I personally skipped just because there wasn't a lot for the decks I play. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very foreign to a lot of these cards. But let's go on to level threes.
All right, level 3s, Biomon, Gizamon, and Gazimon.
Okay.
Gazi and Giza are the version 5s. Gazi's my searcher, has retaliation. Primarily, his job is to grab analog youth or the tamer. You got to get to your tamer as fast as possible, and he gets the job done. Gizamon, the version 5, he has the training. Something to note is that his inheritable is mostly to trash the protoform or trash another source so Metal Mamemon can get the final bottom deck in.
And
So
real
yeah.
quick, his
Yeah.
inheritable is trash. Just when attacking, trash the bottom source, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
got it. Okay. And so
All
you
right.
you play that to trash. Okay, protoform. That's pretty good, pretty strong. And then the
Mm-hmm.
raid Biomon.
Yes, the raid Biomon. It was either this or the jamming Betamon. My level 5s will explain why I'm playing the raid. So just take note of it that I'm using the raid to control the board.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
was there ever a time where two things for the rookie lineup? Did
Mm-hmm.
retaliation ever come up for the Gazimon?
Yes. When someone swung in, when they swung into my Machinedramon, I could have protected it, but instead I let it die to get the retaliation through, and I needed version 5s for another one of my plays, so I
Okay,
needed more in trash, so I had to let it die.
got it. And then,
Yeah.
and raiding with Biomon. So you're more focused on board controlling than really just trying to go for like that OTK style Machinedramon that does a Megadramon. I mean, you probably have access to that play, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not playing like heavy mobile or things that are just trying to like two checks, unsuspend, two checks, swing with the Ukomon, and then heavy mobile for game. You're just really trying to control your opponent's board, which
Mm-hmm.
I think is part of the most unique thing about this version of Machinedramon is that you're not really trying to OTK, but you probably can if the opportunity presents itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
and then let's go to the level fours.
All right. Level 4s. Okay. We got 9 of them. We got Devidra at 4 Raremon, and then 1 Tuskmon. Devidra first, they're all version 5. Devidra's a draw engine.
Okay.
On deletion, pop a level 4 lower, really good in the purple matchup. Yeah, he also has training as well, so he's good. Um,
For
Raremon,
Davidra, oh sorry, go ahead.
yes.
I was saying for
Uh,
Davidra, did that level four, the on deletion effect, come up? The
yes it does.
okay,
When a purple player would like free play a level 4 and then would just like pop this, then I can use my the on deletion effect to pop their whatever they brought out for free.
okay, got it.
Yeah. So this does come up. The best card in the deck, Raremon. This is your comeback. This is your X Factor. When you're in trouble, just slam this down, put 5 version 5s under, end of turn trigger, and then Digivolve into a version 5 for the costs from trash or hand. And on deletion, you Digivolve 1. This is a really good card.
Okay. Do you ever find yourself, and I'm sure everyone who plays DM probably like this is a standard play for them, but how
Mm-hmm.
often would you hard slam this card for three, pass over to your opponent's turn, or like pass over memory, probably like one,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then end of turn gain the memory from one of your tamers and keep turn and then keep pushing?
Oh, all the time. I would do that to build up the face down sources for Machinedramon, gain the memory, and then go Digivolve into the 5, and then Digivolve into Machinedramon, present another threat on the board already, with already
Dang.
3 sources under it, so.
Okay, it's pretty nutty. Okay.
Yeah.
And inherited Digivolve one. Like a lot of these cards
Yep.
have on deletion, so it almost feels like you kind of want your stacks to die.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like you probably can do cool. I don't know if you can combo the Digimon with the Raremon, but I'm sure they're killing your stack, and then you either pop a level 4, you Digivolve and you kill something after. Like you have a lot of combination of good inheriteds that are triggered on deletion when they're deleted,
Hmm.
and so it's interesting to see that like most of the time Machinedramon comes out and you don't want it to die, but it seems like this build, do you actively try to get your Machinedramon to get deleted, or like you're not really, you're like, here, deal with this guy, he dies, trigger a bunch of effects, now do it again, and you like you play out another Machinedramon, and you just make another really difficult stack to address.
Yeah, going to your question, yes, it's not usually Machinedramon, it's X Tyranno. It's gonna be him that I want dead. So
Uh,
when they interact with it, then I can do these effects to try to stifle them a little.
X Terra. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody level 5s. Okay.
All right.
Tuskmon.
Yeah, all right. Tuskmon, he was just I needed a ninth level 4. He also has raid. He pops a 4K or lower when you tuck on attack and digivolve. And then that did come up. He did his job. So he did a
Okay.
good job.
Getting like outing
Yeah.
floodgates. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans.
Alrighty.
On
Alright, let's go
onto
to
the
the meat and
meat of the
potatoes
deck.
now.
The meat.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Alright, 2 Metal Gray, 2 Megadra, 2 Metal, 2 Andro, 2 Metal Mommy, 4 EX Tyranno, 1 Metal Tyranno from EX8. So
Okay.
these 5 right here, the DM guys, this is the
Standard.
usual package.
Okay.
So,
And just for the viewers too,
yeah.
just to know, Andromon gives inherited blocker. Metal Mommymon
Mm-hmm.
lets you unsuspend.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Tyrannomon piercing, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mega Dramon lets you end of attack unsuspend by popping like lowest level guy or something,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then Metal Gray Sec +1.
Yep.
Now, were there any either any of those inherited or any of those main effects come up in specific matches, or were they just like generally
Uh
toolboxy when? Uh,
yes.
okay,
These two controlled whiteboards, this would put a lasting DP buff. Like so they're protected for Digimon effects until the end of my turn. This could put the DP buff until the end of their turn.
okay,
So this would matter for a longer lasting effect. Obviously, Digivolve is really good.
right,
And Metal Mamimon just to strip sources and just go for a bottom deck to take away inherited protection.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And
All right.
and then real quick, I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Digimon Meta list online. They have
Yes.
Mammothmon, the NSO Mammothmon. It seems like you're not playing that. I really thought you were. That would have been super sick, but you're not. And it's actually that Metal Tyrannomon on the top right.
Yep.
Uh,
This guy.
what's your decision making with him?
So here's the thing. I was thinking about Datamon, but I I just like this one better because of the inheritable to trash security, and that goes really well with raid. So
Okay,
I just like this one over that one. So
okay,
yeah.
cool. And then,
Also a big thing.
yo,
I don't think you could discard Datamon for Metal Tyranno, but you can't discard Datamon for the rest of the guys because I think he counts as a machine, I believe.
oh, you're not a cyborg.
Yeah, but he is a version 5, I
Oh, okay,
believe.
okay.
Uh,
What's Datamon's effect? I guess it like what's his main hit point? Is that
okay. Yeah, his effect, on play on Digivolve, until your opponent's turn ends, their D-Digivolve effects don't affect this Digimon, and it gets 1k DP for each face down source under it.
oh, okay.
His inheritable is pretty interesting. End of your opponent's turn, once per turn, you may choose one of your opponent's Digimon, and your opponent attacks with that Digimon, which is pretty interesting. It's not bad.
Okay.
Just like what I said, he counts as a machine, a DM, and a version 5. So that means I can't discard him for Analog Man.
Oh, okay. I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right.
Okay. And what about
Okay.
the Rust Tyrannomon? This
Yeah. The X Tyrannomon. Yeah.
or X Tyrannomon.
Star of
Sorry.
the show. Yeah. He's basically Greymon X, except a level 5, just for each face down. So all of the version guys have this. Yeah. He just reduces, suspends. I can bounce. Whatever guy I want. Like, let's say they have 2 guys on the board, and I could target the threat, even though it has the lowest DP, and bounce this lowest DP suspended to
Okay.
hand. So it's a very good card, and he
So
has Fortitude, which is really good.
okay, he has Fortitude now. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most unique card in your level 5 lineup for your build. Uh,
Hmm.
he evos over Raremon for 3, right? So
Yes, for 3.
what's your combo with him and Raremon, and like what are you trying to do with him
Okay.
generally?
So Raremon's later, but Digimon is the biggest one. He's the starter to set everything in motion. So
Okay.
what I'll do, I'll bring this out of raising. I'll swing, effect, tuck it under to draw a card, then
Okay.
Pagumon effect, trash this, Digivolve for essentially 2 because I'll have another source under, and then this will come in for a swing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so your Pagumon
Yep.
is it? So you're controlling who you want to evo into with the Pagumon.
Yes.
You're tucking the
Mm-hmm.
card under your stack, and then you trash it to trigger the
Mm-hmm.
level 4's effect, and
Yep.
then you evo into that card. That's okay. That's interesting. I always
Yeah.
thought people were just sacking when they would do that. Like, oh, how did they get the perfect stack? But now I see. I have been enlightened. You guys are actually tucking the card that you're planning to trash and evo into. All
Mm-hmm.
right, cool. This is a profile for me to watch because I did not know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So doing all those actions, at that point I'll put like 3 version 5s. At that point maybe it'll be like 2 and this. So you're just 1 version 5 away from making Raremon always live. So
Okay. Interesting.
so
So
yeah.
you set this guy up. You
Mhm.
or you sorry Raremon evo into this card for I believe it's free, right? It's a free evo,
Yep. Mhm.
and then you can either sit on it or you can pull memory back to your turn and evo into Machinedramon. Oh
Mhm.
wow, this card's actually pretty strong, and it has the inheritor
Yeah.
when something gets deleted, trash security. And if you could probably
Mhm.
combo, okay, that's actually really strong.
Yeah. It's a very good card.
What
Very good.
all right,
All right.
well, sick.
All right, let's go to the big old boss monsters. All right, Machinedramon for him, and then 3 Puppet Aces. Obviously, Machinedramon, he's the star of the deck. Um, yeah. One advice I could give you with this card, don't be afraid to tuck this under for like Analog Youth or Digimon to draw a card. You just need it in trash to really start going. So
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. So wait, so same thing with your egg,
Yeah.
right? You tuck it with your egg, trash
Yeah.
it, then evil. Oh wow, that's wow. I did not know that that's how the deck is played. All right,
Yeah, this deck you want to play like a long game. You want to start like anticipating moves. Like, do I need to keep Machinedramon in hand? No. Okay, then I can just put in the trash and get a draw, and then I can access him when I need him.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah. All
so
right.
the next card is
This
seems to
one.
be on everyone's mind the super spice of your deck, and
Mm-hmm.
um perhaps the most unique thing of this build, but also something that like I feel more players should try to replicate in whatever deck they play. But before I get into that part, like
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about it. Puppetmon Ace and what was he for? What did you bring him into this tournament, and how well did
All
he
right.
perform?
So he was for decks that could not, if they were decks that could pop X Tyranno, but not necessarily get rid of it because of Fortitude, then I could Puppetmon Ace them. Basically, they were for like all these Gyo mix decks, all these Magidramon decks, all these decks that they basically did not want to play the game with you. This was there to force interaction.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
So it would basically make their 1 player game a 2 player game, basically. Yeah.
Now I
Um,
have to play Digimon. No way.
exactly. You got to make them play. But so after doing this, like let's say they don't out it. So ideally, this is the cool thing. Let's say you have raid in this, and then you have this inheritable. Then you now have a 12k controlling board that's rebooting and blocker, and that can also trash
Oh, you're
security.
rating.
So there were times where you could do some interesting combinations, but for the most part, it would be like this. This would be off fortitude, and then you do this to digivolve into it.
So
So,
so pretty much sticking a level 5 that's hard for Megiddo to out because
mm-hmm.
they're not digivolving or DP reducing. They're constantly forced to pop things. So
Yep.
he's effectively a double pop, and you know he's probably not there by himself. He's probably there next to Machinedramon. So that's kind of really
Oh
hard
yeah.
for decks to deal with. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
wow. Puppetmon, Digivolve 2, and then it bottom deck suspended Digimon.
Yes, it does. So
Damn,
you can
that's
actually trap them. So like, let's say they swing with their first guy, okay?
okay.
and then they swing at the first guy. You say, okay, I'll let it through, and then let's say it lives. Okay, they'll think you don't have the hand trap. So what you'll do on the second guy, you do this, de-digivolve the one that's attacking, bottom deck the other one, then block, and then trash the security.
Oh, that's broken.
Yeah,
That's actually hella broken.
yeah, it's a really good combination, but you have to time your aces really well.
Okay. And that's something unique that sometimes people in Digimon that have Ace Digimon is knowing when to play it and when to blast Digivolve is not
Mhm,
always on the first swing. It's usually you want to time it when you get the most optimal punish for it.
mhm,
Sometimes it is on the first swing, but I think Ace Digimon are still like underutilized effectively in the game. And
mhm.
so, yeah, dude, that's really insane. I'm glad this card worked out. You do have a little bit of Dark Master uh, sort of a theme going on here, which is kind of
Yep.
cool. You have half of them, the other half. Maybe there'll be another deck that's like Metal Seedramon, Piedmon, or maybe there's some new Dark Master deck that comes out next set, huh?
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see, man. We'll see.
so, uh, for one thing about this game, and I kind of stress this to a lot of people playing it, like you don't have to play the most broken or meta deck if you want to do well at a tournament. But whatever deck you choose to play and whatever color you try to play it, if you want that deck to do well against some of the busted decks in the format, you kind of want access to one or two things: D Digivolve or insane DP reduction. And
Mhm.
if you have those two things, then you can fight against like puppets, Machinedramon, Imperialdramon, all these decks that are really hard to out because they're not being de-digivolved, they're not being DP reduced. So uh, I think if you can slot in de-digivolve somewhere, it's probably worth the slot in the deck to play whatever
Mhm.
you want to play. So yeah, Puppetmon, insane, cool stuff.
Yep.
Uh,
All right. All right. Now let's move on to the Tamers. All right. Four analog youth, one analog man, and then two of the BT11 analog man.
okay,
All right. Analog youth, this is your engine of the deck. It does everything. You tuck stuff under. Whenever you tuck something under, gain a memory, draw a card if you have seven or less. So this is the main combo starter. This starts everything for you.
okay, standard. Okay.
hmm
Mm,
And then analog man, I only ran one. Going to this for a second. I used to do 2-1, but I'd realize that the redirect is more important. This is still a good card in its own regard. If you can get it out early, that's good. I mean, but if you have to choose between choking and doing this, then that you have to decide on that. If you need to do this more, or you need to do setup to always have constant memory. So yeah,
okay. Would you feel after that tournament that you would add a second of the mem setter analog man, or do you think this ratio should be one?
I I think this is fine. I think this one may need to go up by one. I think this
Okay,
one has become way more important now.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah. But yeah, analog man. This one, discard a. Make sure.
cyborg.
Yeah, cyborg and trait, so you can't even discard the Datamon if I was playing it. But yeah, gain a memory, draw a card, and then you have a redirect on the board.
Got it. Yeah, I think the redirected was really strong with that card, and
Yeah.
then Pyojimon and a lot of other decks are forced to swing into your Machine Dramon, and then that will proc
Mhm.
all your on deletion inherited effects that you have with the Digivolve and the Raremon
Mhm.
and the V-Dramon Pop Up Fort. Okay, that's
Mhm.
pretty cool. Sick.
All
Any
right.
any unique combos with these cards that like a lot of people you don't see people do enough, or is
Okay.
it
To fight Gallantmon, the best thing to do is let me go back a little bit. All right. So the best way to really like fight Gallantmon, let's use this as an example. Let's say I have these two on board, okay?
okay?
Um, you're at three memory, right? So you do this, discard this, you discard that analog man. Let me move this a little bit. Okay, so they're at two memory. Well, you were at three. You paid for five.
Okay.
Gain a memory for this. Tuck something from hand under. Gain a memory. You go from 2 to 1. Draw a card, and then Metal Tyranno effect. Tuck something other under, and then you can de-digivolve them by two because the memory's on this side, on their side.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, do this, gain a memory, draw a card, you're back to 0. That's when Machinedramon can finally land the final blow here.
Oh, I
So
see.
you go, yeah, you go 3, and then you do your next effect to finally take them down.
So you're crossing over memory to sort of dodge the Galamon's protection effect, which is when memories at
Mm-hmm.
one or more on your side, he's unaffected. So you're crossing over memory, finding a way to de-digivolve her out the board, and then
Hmm.
pulling memory back to your turn to actually, kill it. Okay, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, you just have to. It's a little hard because as the game goes on, you'll be discarding certain level fives, and there are some level fives that you need to keep in the matchup. So that's all. It's all matchup dependent. You need to know like who you need. Do I need Metalmon? Do I need Andromon? Do I need to pop? Do I need to control board, or do I need to mess with his sources? Like it, yeah, it's a little tough.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so there is a big learning curve for this
I
deck,
was, I was
but
gonna say, yeah, this doesn't seem like a intro like new Digimon player trying to get into the scene. Should I play DM? Probably not. But if you're committed, you could definitely learn this deck. There's a lot of cool things you can do with this build.
yeah, I mean, to be fair though, I mean, it does play Digimon. It plays legitimate Digimon. Like it evos up the stack. It's just that you're playing with face downs now that matter.
You're playing with face down card. Yeah.
Yeah, because like now, these face down cards are now your resource, and you have to know which ones you gotta put under, which ones need to go to the trash. So you have to figure that out.
Okay. Some
I mean,
galaxy
it's
brain
another
stuff
learning
there.
curve, but yeah.
Yeah. What do we
All
got
right.
for these last two?
All right, the options: File Island, Meet. File Island. You can only run one of it, but it's a really good card when you see it. When you see it, and it's at the bottom. Your Machinedramon, your level fives get buffs, and it's really good.
Okay. What
And
the
then yeah,
For File Island, does
yeah.
that DP boost matter a lot enough where you would want to play a second copy just to see it sooner, or you're like you don't really need it, but as soon as you have it, you just go ahead and would you ever consider
Um,
adding another copy of this card? I guess is my question.
man, I wish I could, but the list is just so
It's so tight.
tight right now. I would like to, but yeah, I'd keep it at one just to be safe.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
about like I play one of my buddies here locally who
Hmm.
also plays DM Machine Dramon, and
Yeah.
there are times when I would lose because of that security effect. Like he puts
Hmm.
it in there, I check it as the last card, and then he'll bring out a Tyrannomon that will suspend my guy or do
Hmm.
some crazy. Do you have some sort of trap like that with your build?
I wasn't entirely focused on this effect,
Mm.
and it never came up because when this was on there, I usually won the game because of
Okay.
that. So, but I am thinking about having something like that to help, you
Okay.
know, mitigate that.
Yeah.
So,
All right. You're like no one's checking my security anyway, so this card's never gonna trigger. All
yeah,
right. And then the one meat, the
yeah.
real meat of the
This
deck.
was, yeah, the real meat of the deck. I played this because I thought there was going to be some version 2 control deck, so I felt like maybe I need something that's not a tamer that I can use, but I didn't see any, so yeah.
Okay. Version True Control is like the Maidmon that bounces your Tamers, or
Yeah, the bounce the tamer, that's the worst part of the
yeah,
deck.
I hate
Yeah.
that card, dude. My friend
Yeah,
was
no, that
bouncing
card's
all my
really strong.
Ritas.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this card deal with that version two?
Oh, basically I have something they can't interact with, and then
Got
that
it.
I can use to help out their Vademon or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's all 50 then, huh?
Yep,
That's
all
okay.
50.
So awesome. Thanks for sharing. Really cool stuff. Any changes you would make to this build, or anything that you feel like didn't perform as well as you thought it could, or cards that you wish you could have added to the deck? Anything.
Well, actually, the thing was that all cards did their job. Like every single card in this deck did its job. Like if I needed it, it was there. If there was a threat, it was there. So yeah, I mean, all of them did their work correctly. But going into Nats, I'm still undecided if I want to play this deck or not. I still have been doing testing, and Omnimon's still a big threat.
Yeah. That is that
Yeah.
is that a like hard matchup for this deck generally?
So the thing is that if you have enough protections and you're like trashing their security, it's good. But once they have like the Nokia Tamer,
Yeah,
it
it gets
starts
out of
getting really
control.
awkward. It just gets really awkward from there.
It gets out of control
Cause like
real quick.
you can't always out an Omni. That's the issue.
Yeah, yeah. You can have so much
Yeah,
de-digivolve, but the guy keeps coming back.
yeah. That's the thing. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the thing.
so still undecided. All right. Well. Again, thanks for sharing. I think that was really sick, dude. You love to see it. You love to see the actually the consistency that you not you having with this game, but I was actually surprised when you told me you taught my Machine Dramon because you've been doing well a lot of tournaments with the purple hybrid, which is a super
Mhm.
aggro deck, and you're like, you know what? Let's slow down the game just a little bit, and
Mhm.
so okay, cool. Well then, I have nothing else to say. I do appreciate you sharing this for this channel. Now, any shout outs to anybody? Any?
Um. Yes. Shout outs to all the guys at Adventures, Final Cut. They all helped me
Mhm.
train. Yeah, all those guys helped me
Okay.
train.
And for those who are watching, Adventures and Final Cut are both in Sacramento, California. I haven't gone to Adventures much. I used to go there a lot for Pokemon. But for Digimon, like if you really want to train for a big event, you want to play against dudes that are actually strong, like sweaty, and will make you work, or test a build that you think like I want to try this deck. Think this deck is strong. You go there. You go to Final Cut and you play against those dudes, and they'll give you the work. And if you can do well against them, then your deck has potential to do
Mm.
well at a big event. But if your deck loses early a lot to those guys, then you should probably reconsider deck choices, or even hang out and talk to those guys. Those guys are really sick. You say hi to them next time you see them. For me, but yeah, shout out to the Final Cut, shout out to Adventures, and shout out to Shane again for this video. I got nothing else to say. I think we can wrap it up here. I think this has been like 30 minutes.
Mhm.
But if you guys like and subscribe this, you like like this video, like and subscribe to it, man. It's been so long since I've done this.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
but but yeah, we'll try to make more content. I have plenty of deck profiles I'd like to go ahead and share, and
Mhm.
the new Sinister set's coming out, and there's a lot of cool stuff. So stand by, stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you very soon. Thank you.
Right. Bye bye,
All
guys.
right, later.